Thrawn, big guy, huge, a lot of depth, a lot of background, and I want to specifically talk about how will Thrawn show up in the Ahsoka series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hey, this is a clip from our full episode, and you can check that out on our channel or in the description. Now, back to the clip.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of stuff with the lore and legends and how he went off after the fall of the Empire, basically. He went off and continued his efforts in varying different parts of the galaxy and legends. Obviously, now that we see this in the new canon, it's very different. But in legends, he went off on his own and kept on his escapades and trying to win over specific areas or going against specific planets and races to build his own little empire as well as take his own victories. And then we also see an alternate version of that, even within Legends, where he goes back to the Empire at the time, or basically whatever was the opposite of the New Republic. And he comes back from the unknown galaxy. And that's where he comes back from. After a number of years, he goes to the unknown regions and comes back and basically goes against the New Republic instead of helping them, which there was a lot of push and pull in terms of getting Thrawn on their side. Of course, I mean, he's a freaking mastermind when it comes to strategy.
Yes.
That is very different from what we know of this Thrawn in canon. We've seen Rebels, what we've seen in the books, and now what we'll see in Ahsoka.
In preparing to see another Thrawn, pretty much, I'm trying to think of what his motivation is. Like, what is it that Thrawn would be wanting to achieve right now when things seem pretty dire in his situation? Like, things are overthrown. What is his place in the galaxy right now? What is his motivation? Do you have a guess?
I wonder. I think a lot of his motivation within the Empire was the rise of power and going through the ranks, and he has his own way about doing things as well as capturing different moments and different parts of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Very strategic in terms of the Chiss ascendancy as well as the Chiss race and their history around that. So he definitely carries a lot of their expectations into that workforce and into the Empire. But I wonder, with the fall of the Empire, what his motivation is. Like, is it to continue that? I doubt it, because that was a lot of, okay, what is the way to rise through the ranks and get more power to do what I want? Well, it's to do what Palpatine needs done. And his goal was to conquer the galaxy. And
standard.
Thrawn was very successful at that until the Empire failed. And he was definitely way up there in rank and was a lot of people looked to him for his skills in leadership. But I think ultimately, like, he's probably waiting until his next moment comes about, building up his skills, building up his control in the unknown regions, and seeing what the heck is going to happen.
Yeah. I would imagine that Thrawn is just mathematically, like, calculating this whole time and be thinking, like, all right.
He knows Ahsoka's looking for him.
The strategic mind of Thrawn, I feel like, wouldn't be too frazzled by knowing that someone's coming after him.
Yeah.
He's already thinking 5 steps ahead, thinking like, okay,
well,
so
if Ahsoka does this, then I'm going to do this. And if Ahsoka does this, I'm going to do this.
I think he's even beyond that.
Oh,
it's like, no, this is how we're going to do this, and then I'll just thwart her this way over here. Like, we'll just let her go and run that little rabbit trail that I've set up for her. I feel like Thrawn is seeing an opportunity here, where it's like, this universe is in turmoil, and I need to restore order. Like, I feel like his goal is order.
Yeah.
He wants everything in its place, and why not try and take control of that, you know? So I think we're going to see a Thrawn who is even more power hungry, but looking for more support in the outer unknown.
Yeah. We also have to think, taking into account Moff Gideon's perspective, because that is how Ahsoka finds out the location of Thrawn. So obviously there's been some dialogue between them on what they need to do. So I wonder if that's where it comes into. So we're going into a lot of the gray area with Star Wars right now, because we don't know what the heck the Empire's up to. Obviously they had this massive amount of control. The galaxy is very different. There's still lots of areas within the galaxy that are very much of the Empire mindset. We see that in The Mandalorian. We see that in Book of Boba Fett. We see this in all of the different areas that we've seen so far. But we don't know what the inner workings are. Like, how does the rest of the galaxy approach this dying Empire? As well as the Empire trying to gain new footing almost?
Yeah.
Because there's certain areas that are like still operating with the knowledge that the Empire is still there. They're so out there that they don't have consistent communication when the Empire was there, so maybe they don't even realize that the Empire's gone.
Yeah, I think Thrawn is just seeing an opportunity for power and is like, sign me up. I'm here. I've got a big brain. So
Yeah, big brain boy.
Big brain boy.